event that we're having, and I'm Hope's husband. That's how I introduce myself usually these days. My name is Mark, but I go by Hope's husband. It does a lot more for me. So welcome. This is a studio here. If you've never been here, I'm going to go over some of some of the details. So the restrooms are in the back. There are some restrooms back here too, if that one's taken. If you go up the hall, up the stairs and turn left.
At your own risk. Because there are only artists here.
Yeah. And there's desserts, drinks in the back. And if you are registered, thank you. And I'll turn it over to those who are in charge.
So we're going to try and get the music started around 7. I just wanted to tell you a little bit about what we're doing here. My name is Michael Minkoff. I am the co-founder of Renew the Arts, and I am the director of artist care for Porchlight and for Renew the Arts. So I do a lot of artist onboarding for our Porchlight Artist and Hospitality Network. And all of these artists are affiliated with the Porchlight Network, or either on it, or Hope is actually a board member of Renew the Arts. So Renew the Arts and Porchlight is a project of Renew the Arts, and it's an organization that I started, I can date it by my twin daughters, because when my twin daughters were born, they're 17 now, and I remember them being born and looking at them and saying, what kind of art am I going to be able to show them that's being made right now that indicates that God is still manifesting his witness of beauty in the church today? Because there's tons of old stuff that I can show them. I mean, I love Dostoevsky, he's my favorite author and probably always will be. And I love Bach, and I love there's all sorts of great Christians who have made fantastic art over the period of hundreds of years, but they're long dead. And I thought, has God abandoned the church? Is there no longer the spirit of beauty in the church? Because it seemed like mainstream Christian art didn't have that same quality of what I was used to being from the past. So I thought, let's go and find these artists. I'm sure they're there. Either they're not, or if God hasn't abandoned us, they're there. Maybe they're just not being supported. And that's what I found to be the case. Once I started going out there, I found that there were a lot of artists that were kind of functioning on the fringes of the church that were really talented and were filled with the Spirit of God and with skill. And they just weren't really being very well supported. And so we try to create an organization to bring together the church and her artists into a greater partnership. And so that's what Renew the Arts was about. And Porchlight, as a project, is a way of kind of grassroots developing that community of support for artists through direct partnership between people who care about the arts and the artists who make it within the church. And it's a way of showing hospitality to the strangers, because like I like to say, there's nobody stranger than an artist. And so you bring them into your homes and you show them hospitality, and they also share their gift with you. And it's a mutual sharing of beauty, and it's a witness of the life of Christ in the world. And I think that that light shown in that way is one of the most profound ways that we can influence the unbeliever outside the church right now. I think especially right now, with people's hearts longing for something that's real and significant and beautiful, and so much ugliness and brokenness and crookedness in the world, it really does behoove the church to start to utilize this power that God has granted in the gift of our artists and not push them out, but welcome them in. So that's why we're doing what we're doing, and this is the first, actually, of a songwriters round. So Hope and Carly, months ago, they asked me and said, "I'd really like it. I know about poetry workshops and songwriters workshops. I'd love if we had a workshop where we could write new songs and have other artists on the Porchlight Network help us to craft those songs and do workshopping on those songs." So we set up a every other week Zoom call with a bunch of different artists. Most of them are here. There's only 2 of the artists on those Zoom calls that are not here today. Steve Chad from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and he was good on that. He was really good. His songs were awesome. And Sierra Reyes-Cone from Nashville, who was also not able to be here. She's got very young children. And so they're not here today, but the rest of them are here. And we presented new songs that had never been seen or heard by anybody, which is a really vulnerable process. And this was a great group of people that were able to help each other and collaborate productively, but critically. I mean, critically saying, I don't think this is working. I think that is working, but that's not working. And then people brought back revisions. And so all the songs we're going to hear tonight, these are all new. There are 2 songs from every person that was involved in the Songwriter partnership that we actually wrote and worked on together in this collaborative process. It was really beautiful. You guys agree?
Yeah.
It was wonderful. Okay, so all the songs we're going to hear are new, but we also want you to be able to join us in this process to some extent or another. So if you probably have seen, there are pencils on your tables, and there are also both a flyer and a little questionnaire. So what we would like for you to do is, well, let me tell you first, this is kind of a listening room environment, so we do want you to give attention, because it's going to take attention to really to hone in on what's happening in a lot of these songs. But to help you, we've given you these questionnaires that you can look at, and it'll kind of guide you in the kinds of ways that you should be listening. And we want to invite you to give the kind of feedback that we gave to each other in these Zoom calls. So you will also be able to tell us, hey, I don't think this song is finished yet. You know, here are some things that maybe you can do to make it a little bit better, or here's what I liked about it. And we generally, my rule within these workshops, I've workshopped for a lot of years, and my rule was generally be positive first, if you can be. If you have nothing positive to say the negative thing. That's fine. But if you do have a positive thing to say, try and front with that, and also be specific. Be specific. Being general in your feedback, even saying this is the greatest song I've ever heard, that doesn't really mean much. I mean, it makes me feel good, but I don't know what to do with that, right? So when you're workshopping, you really want to be specific. Why was this the greatest song you've ever heard? What about it made it the greatest song you've ever heard? Was it the lyrics? Was it the music? Was it the composition? Was it the performance? What was it, right? So be specific about things as much as you can be. And also know that all of these people, though they may seem callous and unfeeling, actually do have sensitive hearts. And so if you can be kind, try to be. All right. But we wanted to invite you to that. Let me look at my notes and see if I have anything else before we get started. The format today is that each of these artists is going to come and give one song. They're going to present one song. And then we're going to just go in alphabetical order, so that's the priority if you're wondering. Why did Anthony Quails get to go last? Well, it's because he's the best of us. No, I'm kidding. No, it's because his name is Quails, and so that's why he's last. But they're going to go one after another, and they're just going to be sitting there at the piano if they're Hope. And then after that, while the next artist is setting up, if you want to give a little bit of feedback on the page, just write down the name of the song that you're giving feedback on, and the name of the artist, and then give as much feedback as you want. You do not have to fill this out. I'm not looking for pages that have writing from top to bottom. If you just have a couple of little notes, that's fine. And while the next artist is setting up, if you just jot those notes down, and then you can leave the filled out things on the table. We'll collect them later, and we'll give them to the artist so that they can receive your feedback and possibly polish and perfect these songs even further. So, does that all make sense, and are you all liking this idea?
Yeah.
All right, good. Enough of you, I guess. And if you don't want to be involved in that part of it, that's fine. This is an attentive but casual environment, so if you need to get up, use the restroom, go get drinks or refills or more dessert or whatever, feel free to do that. Just try and do it quietly. And when you are seated, if you can, to just try to give this as much attention as you can to these songs. A lot of attention was paid to these songs by the artists who made them, and reciprocating that attention is such a beautiful thing, and it makes artists feel really loved. It's probably the greatest act of love you can do for an artist is just pay attention to their work. It doesn't cost you anything but time and a little bit of energy. All right, so we're going to have first Trailand Eltzroth, who is from Jackson, Mississippi, and I think he was in the Atlanta area yesterday, but he has driven all the way from Jackson up here in some manner or another. And his music digs into profound things in ordinary experiences. He's got a lot of whimsy, he's got a lot of good humor, and he's got a lot of chops on the guitar. So he's going to play. So please welcome Trailand Eltzroth.
guitar table.
Yep.
All right. So please welcome. Oh, you already welcome.
I think it's called The World Keeps Spinning. So on your paper, if you have a better title, you can give me a better title. Let me do a little sound check real quick. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. There we go. Alright, we're just gonna go for it. Every Sunday and every Wednesday, I take the trash cans to the curb. Every morning I get thirsty for another cup of coffee. Every evening I wash the dishes again. And every time I see my family, everyone looks a little bit older. Oh my darling, it never ends. The same new thing, the world keeps spinning. And every wheel we spin debating if we should keep daylight savings. And every time I wash the dishes, hold on, that's not the line. Every winter ends with springtime, and I'm ready for the change. Every year there's another iPhone, it can drive you insane. And every stream flows to the ocean, yet the sea is never full. And every New Year's resolution is impossible. Oh my darling, it never ends. The same new thing, the world keeps spinning. Oh my darling, it never ends. The same new thing, the world keeps spinning. Another trip around the sun, living life on the run. Death is chasing everyone, and every kingdom comes undone. Every heart must first be broken. Every story has been spoken. There's nothing new under the sun, but every victory is won. And all the small things that are done, and all the small things that are done. And every time I catch the sunrise, and every time I catch that look in your eyes, every time I file my taxes, I admit I don't understand. Every day a little bit of the universe expands. And every Sunday and every Wednesday, I take the trash cans to the curb. Oh my darling, it never ends. Same new thing, the world keeps spinning. Oh my darling, it never ends. The same new thing, the world keeps spinning. Yeah, the world keeps spinning. The world keeps spinning. Thank you guys.
All right. So I will give you just a minute or so if you want to write some comments on your page. I want to keep things moving somewhat, but I'm going to be silent for a minute before you do that. And sometimes you can mark it down during the song while it's going, and it's kind of short. All right, so next we have Hope Newman Kemp. I put Hope Kemp on the list when I sent this out. She's like, my name is Hope Newman Kemp. I was like, okay, make sure to say that. So it's being emphasized. Hope is from Burlington, North Carolina. So from around here. And we're all staying at her house, or most of us are. So she's being very hospitable to us. We all swam in the pool. That was so much fun. Okay. Anyway, she is an Eshet Khalil, right? And she knows what that means. Eshet Khalil means woman of strength, and she has a powerful voice, both literally and figuratively. She's jazzy, she's soulful, she's sweet. So welcome, Hope Newman Kemp.
So real quick, I just wrote this song. I've been writing in a vein of classic love songs for some reason. I don't think the world has enough of them. And so this group helped me workshop this one. And it's about how Mark and I met, my husband back there. We've been married almost 41 years, so it's that story. In a beautiful place. Oh, that's when he caught her eye in the sun. He walked by with his heart on his face. Ooh, ooh, here he comes. It's that boy that she knows, that she loves. Ooh, ooh, there she goes once again. No need to pretend, well she knows she's the girl for him. It came an evening in June under a crescent moon, and their own whipper will. He held her hand like he knew that she would say I do forever, not until. Ooh, ooh, here he comes. It's that girl that he knows, that he loves. Ooh, ooh, there she goes once again. This time it's a win. Oh, he knows she's the girl for him. They promised a lifetime as each other's lifeline, to work on the good rhyme together both day and
What's up, everybody?
All right, I'm going to introduce you. Up next, we have James Koan III. And one of the reasons we have the flyers on the tables, by the way, is so that you can put the names to the faces. So if you forget or you want to remember whatnot, you can look at those pictures. They're kind of dark and maybe not that clear, but I think they're close enough. All right, so James Koan III is from Columbus, Georgia. He's originally from Arizona, correct? And he's an alternative inflected musician, and a lot of his music centers on inner life in many dimensions. He writes quick-moving, witty, and oftentimes very catchy tunes that you'll probably be humming later, even though you've never heard this song before. And so welcome, James Koan III.
Thank you guys so much. I will try not to say too much, but to give you guys a bit of a hint to the subject matter, it has to do with something that we keep in our pockets, a particular device. Megapixels, moving lights, advertisements, billboard signs, cell phones and LCDs, virtual reality distorting our reality, instant message streaming live, news reports and news headlines, trapped inside our TV screens, virtual reality distorting our morality. Am I a slave to the screen? Am I a slave to the screen? Swiping left and swiping right, make a match meet for the night. Taking photos of what you eat, it's just virtual morality, distorting our reality. Post a picture, share and like, make a comment, start a fight. These artificial emojis are distorting my mentality, burying my depravity. Are you a slave to the screen? Are you a slave to the screen? Have we been trapped in this machine? Oh, are we all slaves to the screen? It seems I gave up on real life, cause the clock tick-tocks, I'm wasting time. But these reels ain't feeling real to me. It's just virtual morality distorting our reality. Jealous of 1,000 likes, but I can't see what they're feeling on the other side. Chain the algorithms of the night, honey. This will be the death of me. Fighting, don't give up on me. I'm losing time. I'm losing time. Saving from the social fallacy. Buried by electric kerosene. Oh, oh, oh. It's time to look with my own eyes at the world all around me and see a love I cannot find in any form of technology. Time to power off the screens, all the noise that silences me, all the superficial things, and the devices that blind me. Yeah, your love is what I need, and your hand here to comfort me. All the color of life you made, and the beauty of everything. Beauty of everything. You're the beauty of everything. Yes, you're the voice that can set me free. You're the maker of majesty. Let your life inside of me, and let me be who I'm meant to be. Open up my eyes to see all the wonder of living things. Close my browsers and TV screens and live the life that's in front of me.
Up next we have Moon Bride, aka Carly, two of her friends, and she is an indie pop artist with a bit of an old soul. She makes also very catchy tunes, and she makes what we were calling slant music for a crooked world. If you're familiar with the Emily Dickinson poem, I wrote these things and I sent it to her. She's like, slant music? It kind of reminds me of that Emily Dickinson poem, Tell All the Truth But Tell It Slant. I was like, that's exactly where I got it from. She's like, I love that poem. I was like, it's one of my favorite poems. So anyway,
And then I was like, I made an EP and called it Tell It Slant, and you were like, that's a chapter in my book.
Anyway, so we're both big fans of Emily Dickinson. Anyway, but please welcome Moon Bride.
Thank you. So this song is called Ichigo Ichi, and if you can't spell it right, that's all right. Ichigo Ichi is a Japanese term, and I don't have the exact definition in my mind, but just basically means you can't relive the same moment twice. Every single moment is unique, and you can't recreate it no matter how hard you try. So when I was writing this song, I was just feeling very content in my life, which I still am. And I think a lot of people write songs about longing, and I do write a lot of songs about that too, but just, trying to find happiness. And so this song is very much the opposite. It's like, well, wait, I'm really happy. I don't want anything to change. So without further ado, this is Ichigo Ichi. If I could go back in time, I wouldn't want to relive my life. Take the job I hate with nothing paid, lose any of the wisdom that I've gained. But I would never want to skip ahead, even if it meant that I was out of debt. I don't care if I fail to pass the test, 'cause I don't want to know what happens next. I like it here, I like it right here, right now, with you, with you. Ichigo Ichi, can't hold on to green leaves. Seasons come so briefly, then they always go and change. Ichigo Ichi, meet me at the beach and we'll have sprints and ceviche, and we'll never need to eat again. Maybe if we take a photograph, maybe if we figure out the math, we'll never have to face another day. We'll never have to grow or fade away. But you wouldn't have relief without the pain, and you wouldn't have a bow without some rain. I'm not interested in causes and effects, 'cause I don't want to know what happens next. I like it here, I like it right here, right now, with you, with you. Ichigo Ichi, can't hold on to green leaves. Seasons come so briefly, then they always go and change.
No, he's not. And he's trying to skip me. That's the way it is. I'm still giving him a minute. So I'm Michael Minkoff, and this is the first public performance I've ever done of any song I've ever written. So I'm a lyricist. I write a lot of lyrics. I've worked with a band called Physic, and but my band friend, mate, is the guy who does most of the musical composition, and I don't usually sing lead either. So I write all the lyrics, but this is the first time I've ever done anything like this, really. And but when I came to the songwriter group, Hope and Carly and me, we agreed I could help other people, but also I should probably present my own stuff for critique so that nobody was, invulnerable to that in the process. And so I wrote these 2 songs for the purpose of the songwriter round, and they helped me make them better. But I can't promise you that I'm going to perform them perfectly. I'm going to do my best. So, this song is called Older Brother, and it's written specifically about the older brother in the prodigal son parable, who was outside while his younger brother and his father and all their friends were feasting inside because he couldn't let go of his bitterness and resentment. So, this is a song about those kinds of people, and there's an unfortunate large number of them.
Sitting Sunday in your family pew with a faithful remnant, the frozen few. You stick the othered in a corner and pray, I'm so glad I'm not like them today. You're so afraid of what a holy God would do if he found out he was supposed to be like you. He said they'll hate you, they hated me first, but sometimes they'll hate you 'cause you're being a jerk. Older brother, won't you come inside? Older brother, it's cold in the night. Older brother, won't you taste and see? Come feast with our Father. You strained gnats and tied your dill. You tried to trade out word allegiance for your secret will. You quote a lot from his word. Have you not seen? Have you not heard? You talk a lot about a grace it doesn't seem like you've tasted. You think the law's on your side. I hardly know how you could be so blind. Older brother, won't you come inside? Older brother, it's cold in the night. Older brother, won't you taste and see? Come and feast with our Father. I think I'm not like you, but I am, because I tell myself
So last of this cycle, we have Anthony Quails. He hails from Chickamauga, Georgia, and he writes intermittently on microphone. He writes well-polished, parable songs, kind of in a folk style, very hypnotic, voice like a songbird, just like his name. Anyway, please welcome Anthony Quails. I'm glad that one landed so well.
Thank you so much. I have enjoyed it. I don't know if you guys, I've enjoyed it. It's kind of like, I was joking, I was like, it's like the bullpen, we're all over waiting for our turn to come on relief, so. And nerves will make you do crazy things like forgetting the guy that goes before you. You're, So I have some friends back in Chattanooga, and we do, for the past few Februaries, we do this thing called February Writers, where you write a song every day for the entire month. It's to really kind of encourage each other in community and encourage each other to write, because the older you get, you can find other things to do with your time. So sometimes it takes a group of guys that are, hey, we're writing terrible songs. We're going to write terrible songs, but maybe there's something salvageable within that month. So I started writing this. So when I was accepted to do the workshop, I thought, well, I'll just go ahead and pull that out, because I really liked the idea for the song. I thought, well, I could workshop that. And so this song is called "It's Time." She had a brand new Mercedes, a house in the hills, wanted for nothing, but she was unfulfilled, 'cause he worked from dusk to dawn, almost every night. And the day she walked away, that's the moment he realized there is more to life than money in the bank. Although it never seems that way, there is more to life. If there's one thing you can't buy, but if we could, I'm sure we'd try. It's time. I sat down beside a woman who was nearly 85. She was resting on a bench with tears in her eyes. As she spoke about her husband, a thought came to mind. Although he left her wealthy, a stack of cash can't hold her tight. 'Cause there is more to life than money in the bank. Although it may not seem that way, there is more to life. If there's one thing you can't buy, but if we could, I'm sure we'd try. It's time. There's a newborn baby in the ICU, with two parents praying that he pulls through. And as the bills roll in, instead of panicking, they savor every day with him. 'Cause there is more to life than money in the bank. Although it may not seem that way, there is more to life. If there's one thing you can't buy, but if we could, I'm sure we'd try. It's time.
I'll give you a minute. And I will also let you know that we're just going to start over the round again. So starting with Trailand, he's going to present the second of his 2 songs. Are you doing all right? You all feeling good? This is already really even better than I expected. I feel like these guys are too awesome. I'm like back here about to cry. I'm like, I can't cry, I'm emceeing. Anyway. All right, so Trailand again, another one of his songs.
This song is called The Lamb. I have a picture here because I met a friend at Audio Feed, and I know some people know what Audio Feed is, and if you do not, go find out what it is. It's an awesome festival. But one of my friends that I met there is named Audrey, and she drew this picture. It's one of her originals of a lamb, and so one of our challenges for our workshop, our Songwriter time, was to write a chorus based off of a picture. So this is that song. It's called The Lamb.
I watched my hands tightening the rope. I heard you call out to your mother as you choke on blood and scripture, humiliation resting on the head of the author of creation. Slaughter the lamb, prepare a feast. The sun must die to rise in the east. They cut you free before the light had faded. They had to make sure the old law was celebrated. They laid you down in someone else's tomb. I felt the presence of your father leave the room. Slaughter the lamb, prepare a feast. It isn't over till the great becomes the least. And I stayed up all night, remembering what you said, and how your last words become a motto when you're dead. And it is finished, but they don't know who I am. It was the love song of an up-and-coming band. Slaughter the lamb, prepare a feast. The sun must die to rise in the east. Slaughter the lamb, prepare a feast. Now there's a rumbling rising inside me. We couldn't find you for several days. Some people started saying that the Son of God had been raised. And when you found me, you told me who I am. I finally looked into the eyes of the Lamb. I saw the Lamb prepare a feast. The sun must die to rise in the east. Slaughter
second song from Hope Newman Kemp.
So, I would love for you to imagine a beautiful baby grand piano in place of something that sounds like an ice cream truck, but that's nice. When Michael described me as sweet, I don't know very many people who have ever done that. I tend to be a little salty. I married a sweetie, so we balance each other that way. But this song is another love song in the series of love songs I've been writing, and it's based off the Song of Solomon, which makes the church very uncomfortable. And maybe with good reason, I don't know, but I think that there's a lot we're missing in being uncomfortable. I grew up, my mother's here tonight, I grew up in a Jesus folk culture that she cultivated in her home, and so there was a lot of Song of Songs talk and art based off of it, and I don't know, I was just compelled to write from it. And the main thing from Song of Solomon is, you know, I'm my beloved and he is mine. That's the phrase that really jumps out with it. So the song is very intimate. I hope you don't feel uncomfortable, but it's in the Bible, so it's biblical. Until day is breaking and shadows flee, and our hearts awake in love as old as time. I am yours, and you are mine. Show me your face, let me hear your whisper in your embrace. All the world is vesper and sweet as wine. I am yours, and you are mine. Springing up from fountains, darling, arise. I am yours, and you are and you
Welcome to Quails. So, in case you couldn't tell about myself already, and I don't mean to break your rule, Michael, of self-deprecation, but I'm a bit of an oddball. So. This is partially what this song is about, and in that way, just to give a bit of context, you might have heard that I've lived in several different states over the years, and I think that from moving from state to state, especially at younger ages, you probably didn't hear this in the bio, but I moved from Maryland to Michigan when I was at the age of 8 years old, and I think that I also moved again at the age of 16, and I think that from that whole experience, it kind of gave me this feeling of inadequacy, because I would always try to find a new group to be able to fit into, and being the oddball of being nervous, usually at a younger age, and still being nervous, I always feel like I'm a bit of in a place where I don't belong. And that's the segue into this. This is where it came into. This song is called Algorithms. And there's a reason why, if you want to listen in. I don't fit in your algorithms, I don't fit in your wheels and trends, I don't fit in your social systems, I don't fit in your cliques and friends. Life's feeling like 1,000 puzzles, I'm a puzzle with a missing piece. I'm a square in a world of circles, and I'm here in a field of dreams. Never know where I belong, I guess I find I don't belong. I don't feel where I come from, even here in my hometown. Never know where I belong, a homebody without a home. I'm suddenly conundrum, like a lyric without a song. You don't fit in your exhibitions, I don't fit in the left or right, I don't fit in your old traditions, your molds or your stereotypes. Life's feeling like a spaceship rocket out of orbit. In origins, feeling inside, out of pocket, pushed out when I try to fit in. Never know where I belong, I guess I find I don't belong. I don't feel where I come from, even here in my hometown. Never know where I belong, a homebody without a home. I'm a stumbling conundrum, like a lyric without a song. Never know where I belong. Lately I'm fish out of water, it's been getting pretty hard to breathe. Been feeling like a one-man army, taking orders from none but me. Why can't I be a part of something, like a cog in a great machine, like a lily in a secret garden, a single thread in a tapestry? Maybe somewhere I belong, and I'm hoping it won't be long to find a place where I call home, in a world outside my own. Maybe I've been thinking wrong, to belong in a world that's flawed. Maybe there's a greater God who can mend this broken heart. Maybe somewhere I belong, down here that I don't belong. I don't feel where I come from, not even in my hometown. Show me somewhere I belong, walking to the beat of a different drum. I'm writing a different song, maybe it's been here all along. Show me somewhere.
All right, well, welcome Moon Bride back for her second song.
Can you guys hear that? Cool. So this has been such a cool experience. I can't speak for all songwriters, but I've been doing this a long time, and I've never been in a workshop environment in a group like this. And that's part of the reason I started the conversation with Hope and Michael about it, was because I feel like songwriting is such an introspective and personal thing, and I've always treated it that way. But I really wanted to be able to be less precious about it and welcome more people in, so it didn't feel so isolating. So it was really fun to just listen to James's song, which we've heard twice at 2 different workshop sessions, and there were a couple lyrics that he was struggling with, and then like when he sang the new lyric, we were all like, yeah! You know which one I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So this song is called Text Messages to God. And when I wrote it 2.5 years ago, I thought it was a little too silly or possibly gonna be seen as offensive. I just didn't want to play it for anybody. So I almost didn't bring it to the group, and so I was really surprised when I did bring it to them, and they were like, yeah, work on this, you should do something with this. Sending text messages to God, hoping I wake up, feeling that buzz. Gets my heart rate up, watching those dots, and I just wanna know what he's thinking. Sending text messages to God, like his extended warranty is running out. Why does it feel like being alone sometimes, alone sometimes? Inside your pocket, and never shall we be apart. Like a long lost lover tucked inside a locket. Sending text messages to God, hoping I wake up, feeling that buzz. Gets my heart rate up, watching those dots, and I just wanna know what he's thinking. There one minute and then you're gone. Did you find out or do you not get reception up in the heavens, or is it something I said? Shall we be apart, like a long lost lover tucked inside a locket? Getting tired of all this stalling, maybe I should just try calling. Getting tired of all this stalling, maybe I should just try calling.
Well, that was really fun. This song is not. I am sorry. You're like, can you write us some lighter songs, Michael? I'll say, no. I cannot, actually. I wish I could. I can listen to songs like Carla's and everybody's, and I'm just like, yep, I'm just going to write sad, depressing songs while I try to focus in. But song is called Best Behavior, and it's written from the perspective, if you know anything about attachment theory, of a fearful avoidant who is in a relationship long term with a dismissive avoidant. So, that's true. Enough said. No, but so basically, there's usually one person in a relationship that's doing the chasing, and one person in a relationship that's doing the running away. And so this song is from the perspective of the one chasing.
You feel bad because you hurt me. So for the next 3 days you're on your best behavior, and then I will learn again to trust you. Until you're paid up in your mind, you'll pull your love like a knife. I'm supposed to thank you for the time and slow the bleeding, but I don't want to need your pity. I don't want to be your cross to bear. I want to hear you say you need me. What if you won't confess till I'm not there? And it scares me. What if I love you and there's no return? It scares me and it hurts. Now you're offended 'cause I see you. You say I'm never satisfied, though you have tried and tried and tried, but I won't be convinced you really love me if you're checking every little box, deflecting blame, avoiding talks until the feelings flood the toxic walls between us. Then I can't give you love, I'm hungry. Won't give away the love I think I'll need. I won't trade myself for nothing. I can't give you love I don't receive. And it scares me. What if I love you and there's no return? It scares me and it hurts. How he loves us. So let it scare me, let it hurt. How he loves us. So let it scare me, let it
All right. Anthony needs to tune, so you get a minute to tune.
You can mute the guitar so nobody has to hear this. Trust me. I heard a joke one time. This artist, he said, my number one request at my shows, and he said, people would shout it out, is tune your guitar. Tune your guitar! That's what they would shout it from the back of the venue. Tune your guitar! I'm almost there. So I'll talk a little bit about the song. I want to give you guys time to kind of go over. If you need to go over, go back to make any notes, feel free to do that. Makes me feel less awkward.
Hope has a license plate that says "Tune it or die."
I'm there. I said it. Yeah, we're good.
All right, well,
That's about as
welcome
good as it's
Anthony
gonna
Quails for the second song.
So I'll take a moment, and I don't know if I can speak for everybody, I'll speak for myself, but it is absolutely terrifying to play songs that you are really unsure if they're finished or not, and then letting a group of people dictate if they're ready or not. So, thank you guys. So if I have a mental breakdown later this evening reading these comments, thank you. I don't know if it was, I think it was June. So we were a few weeks into the workshop, and Hope was like, okay, our next thing, in between we had a little homework assignment, but the next thing we're going to do is we're going to bring another song to workshop. And there was a story on the news. Does anybody remember the Air India flight that crashed? And the gentleman, does anybody know the story? It's a miracle.
Yep.
Nobody called it a miracle. This gentleman was on the plane. He sat in an optimal seat. It just so happened he sat in the only seat where you could survive, and he walked away from a plane crash where no one else survived. And nobody called it a miracle. Just called him lucky. Said he was lucky. I don't know if the guy was a believer, but I would assume that after something that traumatic and that life-altering, you would kind of wonder if the creator of the world had bigger plans for your life. And so I had been reading that story, and we were in the middle, and I never write songs quickly. I usually sit on them for a while and kind of just chew on it and try to find something within the story that can minister to me. And so I woke up one morning in this idea of they don't believe in miracles. And even things that, you and me walking this earth, our next breath, that's a miracle. But we take it for granted. I take it for granted. I'm not going to speak for you. You may wake up every day and you feel blessed, but there's so many things. So that story kind of prompted this song. It's called "They Don't Believe in Miracles." I hope you enjoy it. Thank you for being so attentive, so kind, and this has been a blessing to me to sit and listen to my friends play songs and try not to cry. Because I heard them when they were in their infancy, and to hear them develop is such an honor to be in a room of people who just want to create something that matters, that's not just of the minute, but it could be timeless, and minister to me and minister to you, and have the opportunity to do this and get an opportunity. And thank you, Hope. Thank you so much. Thank you, Carly. Thank you, Michael, for doing this workshop. As terrifying as it is to share songs with other people and have them pick them apart, it's very important to do that, because no one needs to be their own barometer for their art. They need the input of folks like you who listen and are kind enough to be attentive. So thank you so much, guys. We are 90 million miles from a flaming ball they call the sun. 1 inch further we'd burn to death. Any further we'd freeze instead. Most of them are plain to see, right in front of
you and me. But some out there somehow swear they don't believe in miracles. He boarded a flight and headed home, but soon the plane went down in smoke. Yet from the wreck that man arose, how he survived still no one knows. Most of them are plain to see, right in front of you and me. But some out there somehow swear they don't believe in miracles. Now each and every one of us, once smaller than a speck of dust, how we arrived has me convinced it's not a mere coincidence. Most of them are plain to see, right in front of you and me. But some out there somehow swear they don't believe in miracles. Yes, some out there somehow swear they don't believe in miracles. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, all of you, for being here, and you're an awesome audience. You're so good. You did exactly what I asked you to do. I really appreciate it. I don't mean to be patronizing. I'm just really impressed. It's super awesome. So thank you all. Thank you, Hope, for securing this venue and for hosting all of us at her house, and for Mark, who is super cool. I had never met him before today. He let me borrow his swim trunks. They were like American flag swim trunks. I was like so patriotic. Did a cannonball straight into the pool and was just like, America! It was awesome. So it's been a really great time. Thank you so much. We can hang out. You can talk to the artists if you want. That's part of the Porchlight approach, that we really want to develop and foster relationships between artists and the people they make their art for. They need an audience to write for, and your input and your feedback is really important to them in creating art that's meaningful. They're not trying to, write for the algorithm, for general abstraction. They want to write for you. So really thankful that you're all here. If you want to be more involved with the Porchlight Arts and Hospitality Network, maybe even be a host or a tender, you can go to app.porchlight.art. No, I'm sure you can. But you should go and talk to Katie. She's in the back. Katie Martin is here. She flew down from Rochester, New York, and we picked her up in Charlotte today. And so she... Thank you, Geoff, for doing the sound. But I was going to say a little bit more about Katie. She's the president of Renew the Arts. And if you have any questions about Renew the Arts or Porchlight, you can go and talk to her, or you can talk to me, although I'm probably more long-winded than she is. Thank you, Geoff, for running the sound. We really appreciate it. The what? And there's a merch table back there with merch from all the artists except for me, because I don't have any merch. Pretty much. Okay, and desserts and everything else. Hope, do you want to add? No? All right, okay. Very good. All right, well, I'm gonna close us in prayer, and I'm really thankful for this night. Father in heaven, you have given us life in your Son, and in your Spirit who is with us, and you do not forsake us. We thank you so much in this evening, that you brought us together here, that you brought us here safely, and that you shared so much of yourself with us. I pray that you would please bless these artists as they continue to make work and to really try to witness your life in this world. And I thank you also for all the people who are attending here. I pray that you would bless them richly, and that they would have your life in them as well, and that they would have it abundantly, and that these relationships that have begun here and these partnerships that have been begun, even in small seeds, would take root and produce fruit in your kingdom. In Jesus' name, amen.